Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It's Sunday, the 5th of October. Now, if I sound a bit gravelly, it's because I've had COVID. Is that still a thing now? But apparently it is. Hey, I've been quite poorly with it. But you've got to just excuse my voice being a little bit deeper than normal. It seems that Meghan Markle just cannot help herself, can she? It is Fashion Week in Paris. And up pops Meghan yesterday, looking really rather weird and not smiling and playing the, oh, look at me, I'm so demure, everybody wants to meet me. There was an awkward exchange between her and some fashion designer named Pier Paolo Picali. The news were saying it's awkward. I don't think it was awkward at all. It's just Meghan Markle being Meghan Markle. There are two things that I find extremely distasteful about all of this is that she was at the Balenciaga fashion show, and if you don't know the controversy surrounding Balenciaga, then lucky you, but unfortunately I do. Basically, they had to apologise for using bondage bears, that's right. They used children in their adverts holding bears that were dressed up in BDSM outfits. This was one of their adverts. I have covered the child's face because I don't think it's appropriate. They used children with bears in these outfits. There was massive outcry. Now, yeah, maybe it was 2 years ago, things move on. However, this is the person that is supposed to be the saviour of saving children online. And Balenciaga got dragged over the coals because of this very revealing thing. They also featured in one of these adverts a very, very distasteful document about the law surrounding abuse and children. Yet Meghan Markle, 2 years on, sitting proud as punch, front row at their Fashion Week in Paris. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about Meghan Markle clearly not giving two hoots about her husband and actually not being able to critically think that what she's doing and what she puts online can have any negative effect on the world out there, because it's very, very clear she doesn't give two hoots. She posted this on her Instagram account 16 hours ago. Now, on the face of it, it looks like she's just sharing a clip of her in the back of a limousine with her putting her feet up. When you actually look around, and a lot of people have come to the same conclusions, that this is completely tone deaf and insensitive, because she is travelling very, very close or on her way to the Paris tunnel where her late mother-in-law died in a car crash. Now, some people might say, actually, that's rather a bit of a tenuous link, but you have to remember who she's married to. This is Prince Harry, and how much trauma is attached to that very area of Paris. Now, playing devil's advocate, people might go, well, she's just in Paris. She's high on the giddy fumes of being invited, and the whole world is saying it's her debut at Fashion Week in Paris. But this is a woman that doesn't do anything without strategically analysing it. She is a narcissist through and through. And I think the fumes have literally gone to her head, because I find this actually quite distasteful. The footage, which appears to be filmed in her point of view, shows her putting her feet up inside the car as it passes bridges, including the Pont Alexander III and the Pont de Invelez. Excuse my French, I've never been very good at it. The next bridge along the Seine is the Pont de Almar, and running alongside that bridge is the tunnel in which her husband's mother tragically died. And you have to remember the trauma that is attached to Harry because of this. Now, you might think that I'm being oversensitive, but I actually think it's utterly thoughtless and quite cruel of her to do this. Harry's not with her, she's on her own. Oh, well, she might be with friends, but who knows? Harry's not with her. And you've got to think the state of mind. As much as I really dislike Harry, he was traumatised by what happened in that tunnel. And then up on his wife's Instagram, while she is alone in Paris, faffing around, she's going past the tunnel that his mother died. And not only that, she's putting it on her Instagram for all to see. It's tactless, it's crass, and I really don't like it. And Interestingly, it has drawn significant backlash. And there's a very good reason for that, because I find it quite manipulative. That we all know exactly how she plays. She tries, or it seems like those looking in on their life, seems like she tries to keep Harry in a perpetual victim, because that's how narcissists work. They need to make sure that their victim of their narcissistic abuse is kept in a vicious cycle. One of the elements that a narcissist uses on their victim is manipulation. And it just goes to show how very little she actually cares about Prince Harry's feelings. Would you have put this out there, or am I overreacting? Is the backlash completely unwarranted, or do you think arguably she deserves everything she gets because she's put this out there? She chose to do this. She didn't think realistically, she didn't think logically about where she was and how that might come across to people looking at this video. Let's just break it down to the nuts and bolts. She's travelling through Paris at night in a limousine on her own or without her partner, and she's going past the tunnel that caused one of the most tragic accidents in arguably world history. It rocked the world and people still feel for it. But not just that, she's married to the man that carries this trauma on a day-to-day basis and talks about it regularly. So it's not like she didn't know. And a lot of people on social media are saying exactly that. And a lot of people have called it vile, insensitive. And those of us who have been watching this palaver for 6 or 7 years are not really surprised by this at all, because this is exactly how Meghan Markle operates. Meghan Markle is the centre of Meghan Markle's world, and sod everybody else. It is world domination for her. It's etched on her face as she parades at the Balenciaga show. She's literally in her element, and sod everybody else, including, it looks like, her husband and his feelings and his trauma that could very well start up again. Imagine Harry looking at that going, I recognise that place. My wife's alone in Paris, being driven in a black limousine through the streets of Paris, going very, very close to where his mother tragically lost her life. Not only this, but she put it out to the world to see, as if she really doesn't give a damn. This is a man who has been extremely open about the trauma that happened to him as a child, yet she is brazenly flaunting that via Instagram. I mean, like I said, I'm not Harry's biggest fan, but this could seriously trigger him. I don't know about you. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is being completely blown out of proportion? Do you think that it's extremely tacky that she's gone to the Balenciaga fashion show because of the whole concept of 2 years ago they were in a massive scandal and were really brought over the coals for it? I know that they have a new creative director and all that, but surely as somebody who is a champion of young people's, children's mental health and well-being online, to actually align yourself with a fashion house with such a scandal under their belt is mind-boggling to me. What are your opinions on it? And finally, what about this video? Do you think it's a cold, manipulative, narcissistic trait of making sure that Harry is well and truly triggered once again to keep her grip firmly on him? Or is it an innocent mistake, her being giddy and enjoying herself in Paris? Or do you think it is true manipulation at its finest? As always, I'd love to know your thoughts.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.